Scott thought the Best and Worst videos were great.
You better have. You want to know why they were good? He wasn't in them. Man, that's fucking savage. I've seen the man behind the curtain, and let me tell you, I don't know why I was in this bathroom in the first place. So that's good right there, actually. That's really good.
That's all I remember. That's the last thing I remember from last night.
Really?
You
don't remember the crazy good sex?
Okay, that was before the key.
You have no idea, though, Derek. Let me tell you.
I have no fucking.
You melancholy monochrome son of a... Welcome to the good, the bad, and the bloody.
What were you going to say?
Nothing. What?
Keep going.
There was something I saw earlier. It was just like, melancholy monochrome, blah, blah, blah.
Was this the Wizard of Oz?
No, that's sepia.
What? No. When he talks to the
Oh,
Tin
all
Man.
the people.
When he says,
you clankety, you clinking, clattering, colliginous clatter of junk.
collegiate, yeah, something like that.
And then the Scarecrow's like, you billowing barge of fucking fuck off hay.
The Wizard of Oz is like, you fucking Scarecrow.
And then says to the lion,
I hate your ass.
And then he's just like, and you, lion? And the lion's just like, no, I don't want to go up there.
And jump out the window, right?
Yeah, and then he's just like, well, and he's just like...
Oh no, he passes out and then Dorothy gets mad.
And then there's the later part where he's like, what if she kills us? Go! Just skitter-scatters right out and fucking tears the ass out.
When did he jump out the window?
After that part. Where it's just like, bring back the bridges with
Tits.
broomstick and stuff.
But we're not talking about the Wizard of Oz. We're talking about something much more enchanted.
Oh.
Because it's
Enchanted.
Now think about this.
It's
a book. Wizard of Oz. But this is
It's a series of books.
This is a real place.
This is true.
Yes.
And people have actually reported things like this. Today, we're talking about the forest.
But first,
welcome
welcome to 2016.
We're talking about it, but first.
My
My butt.
Oh.
I guess we are
Like
related.
mother, like son.
Yeah, this is the anniversary. No, the anniversary episode would probably be the worst of 2015.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is the first episode 2016.
Welcome to 2016. I'm Derek Brown.
I'm Cody Bowden.
I'm the girl.
Oh.
She's the girl. Not that we commissioned to have a girl for
Damn it, I lost my game.
No, oh, that's okay. But no, we're not. Declare the air. We just have Jessie here because, obviously, she's a podcaster, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. How do we put it?
I think you put it just fine. Right
Just
there.
like that? Co-host. It's not that we're trying to oh crap, we need to fill the female,
Less people
You're gonna
call
get
it.
more views just because you have a girl on now.
That
so.
you know how accurate that is, Jess? When we start doing video casts, we're gonna put you in bikinis.
I disagree with that. I will be in big sweatshirts and leggings.
But then they'll think
and my hair will always be in a ponytail.
But then they'll
Just
think
a
you're
Parker,
quirky.
yeah, just
They'll think you're quirky, and then they'll watch the show more. So you get the creep.
always have my glasses on.
See, we don't attract the bro crowd anymore. We attract the creepy, horny, basement dwellers.
Yeah. Just wait till we put Scott on video. We'll get all the ladies.
Scott's always wearing a Speedo.
Ew! I will never be on an episode of Scott wearing a Speedo.
We need to have a Speedo episode
Oh, God.
for the ladies.
I don't
Jesus.
even
Dirk's like, I don't fit.
my body's not built
You're
aerodynamically.
just pointing at your dick. I thought for a second you were going to say, I don't have a dick.
That's a whole other thing. But
This is really how you want to start off
It's just a
2016.
leg.
yeah,
I'm incontinent.
I don't want to keep any secrets from the audience.
Oh, man, that's
Oh,
true.
jeez.
That's true.
But here's the thing. We did watch The Forest.
Yeah, you guys, you stuck around with us. Well, we'll get to that. Damn it. So this is for. You guys stuck with us for a whole year. That's crazy, guys.
Why would you?
Derek, do you want to? We talked about it a little bit, I think, on the last War Step episode. But we're gonna start doing a thing.
Spooky Fun Time Hour.
Yeah,
Where we will watch most likely shitty movies that we would never focus a whole hour on,
Yeah.
except when we watch it.
But what this means is you guys can watch our reactions and you can actually watch parts of the movie with us because we'll have them like go back and forth. It's going to be like Mystery Science Theater 3000, but with horror movies.
Yeah.
That's going to be fucking so fun.
One of them on my 200 movie pack is actually one that they reviewed, and I'm specifically not going to watch it until we do one of these.
Yeah. And we plan on doing a lot of those. I don't know if every like maybe
month.
Yeah, maybe like bi-monthly we can do like a Spooky Phantom Hour. We'll see how much time we have for them, but I do want to start doing that for sure. So yeah, that's what you get. That's why you guys should listen. You know, you get all that crazy.
This was
shit
the year to start.
Oh yeah, first year kind of slow, but you know what?
It's a test run.
Yeah, and you know what? It's like a relationship. You know, it's like it's gone on for a year. Now we're taking you out to dinner.
Oh, now you probably get the dinner
fancy places. We're gonna go out to Red Lobster.
I'm buying you lobster.
We're taking.
Audience.
Yep.
You know what you have to do.
This is the year with the wiener touch. You guys get to buy the lobster, and we get to let you touch our wiener. Okay, let's move on.
Sweet Christ.
Enough update, pretty much. That's all I wanted to say. Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that we're doing videos now, so that'll be fun.
We're diversifying our portfolio.
It's goddamn if those people don't listen to this stuff. If they don't watch it, then up theirs, man. Come on. That's all they complain about.
I just gotta grow the beard back.
Who complained? Everyone that watched the show, only one person complained about how long it was. Everyone else seemed like fine with the fact that it was long if it was audio format. But all the other complaints were that they couldn't see us talking. Which, I mean, this isn't Good Mythical Morning, guys. It's not like we're going to be here for 10 minutes. We're here for an hour. Do you really want to watch an hour of us on a couch? I do, but that's besides the point.
That's just because you like to look at yourself.
Yeah, that's my egomania. That's why my room is just mirrors.
Oh.
Well,
and I play that Justin Timberlake song, too.
Oh my.
So I can see myself at different angles. Oh, gosh, yes.
Oh.
Ew.
Oh.
Close your eyes.
Avert.
But anyway, guys, let's talk about what we came here to talk about.
Natalie Dormer and her Forest of 100 Acre Woods.
Is that Yeah, that's the actress in this movie.
Yeah.
Who directed this movie, Derek?
Jason Daz. Not done anything particularly important ever.
Okay.
So let's just say it's his directorial debut.
Is this in the horror genre that does he stay close to that, though? Or has he done other things? For all we know,
I looked him up once and then I said, wow, that's like a sentence.
Oh, wow.
So.
That's crazy. Weird. So, yeah, this is maybe he just had the script and all of it. So, I don't know how well put together he had it. But the point is, this is a movie based on an actual real-life forest in Japan.
That I'm sure you've read about on Facebook and Tumblr and Instagram and...
For real. I think it's
Chrome.
Akigahara Forest?
Something like that.
Something like that. It translates to Suicide Forest.
You've disowned all of our Japanese fans.
Well,
now.
I don't think it does translate to Suicide Forest.
My brother looked it up.
Ooh.
Because we were talking about it today with my mom and he looked it up.
Oh, okay.
It sits right at the bottom of Mount Fuji.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of the sea of trees, as they would call it.
Yeah.
But apparently, you would see yuri, which are like ghosts, but they're just
demons.
just like apparitions that would mislead you. And this movie, honestly, like looking up the lore for this, it got it pretty spot on because it wasn't about getting haunted, it wasn't about spooking you, it was about kind of trying to trick a woman and like make her go crazy. Yeah,
and to kill herself.
I don't need a forest to do that.
Which I think they did a really good job.
Need a 6-pack, but that did do a good job. But let's start talking about the actual movie. Like maybe it got the idea right, but did it get everything else right?
Who knows?
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
So the forest,
this is
aka Return of the Japanese movies, it's about Natalie Dormer, blonde Natalie Dormer, trying to find her twin sister, brunette Natalie Dormer.
Well, yeah. And she was like the emo twin or whatever. Because, the writers weren't creative enough to actually have, like, twins.
Uptight sister. Low tight sister.
Yeah, it's like, that's totally what twins are like. Like, come on. Like, my twin sisters, well, they're my cousins, but they are really similar. And they don't, like, shy from that fact.
Mhm.
If they looked exactly the same in this movie and they had them in the same shot, I would have been like, okay, cool.
Yeah, but if they had her exactly like the same as the other sister, nothing of this movie of the other girl's background would even make sense.
It would have been crazy.
That is true.
Because the whole backstory of the twin is that she has been crazy her whole life. Like, she's just been that opposite kind of. They've always been opposites. That's why this story works, is because the other twin she goes and does weird things.
Yeah.
And so for her to go into the forest because she's suicidal, the other twin is like, oh, this has happened before.
But
like, it's a history.
All from a key incident in their past.
Yeah, but what I was getting at with that is it's not the fact that she acts differently, it's the fact that she like looks so drastically differently, but it's the same actress. Visually, it's like kind of painful to watch. It's just so blatantly obvious that they're trying to make her look like her twin sister, but it's just they didn't try hard enough, maybe. I don't know.
I thought it was fine.
I could not stop thinking about the fact that that's the same person. Like that's like I didn't even think like, oh man, does she have a twin? I was just like, what the fuck are they
I've not
doing?
really seen any movie which does two of the same actor on screen really all that well.
Oh really?
Not really.
Oh man,
Travel Lindsay Lohan.
that's it, dude. That's the one.
Best.
That was crazy. Are you shitting me?
That's the best example. And
But they
even
did
then,
look
I wasn't
exactly the
blown
same.
away.
I know. Well, that's the thing, though.
Yeah.
Like, when you have identical, like, I've never seen a movie where you have identical twins, unless it's Mary Kate and Ashley, they always use the same person.
Yeah, it's true. But you know, it's in this movie. That really threw me off. That was just something that kind of ticked me off. I didn't like how it looked.
They've done it in Tron Legacy. They've done it in The Iron Mask with 2 DiCaprios.
Yeah.
They did it with The Matrix with 1,000 Agent Smiths.
They did it with The Prestige.
They did.
Yeah, they did. They fucking did.
About that movie.
Oh,
I
you
like
did
that
forget
movie.
that movie. Yes, you did. Guess who directed that movie?
I know, it's Nolan.
Wham.
Get out of my face.
Wham. But yeah, this movie's about twins. So
Double your pleasure.
Doublemint gum.
Yeah.
Doublemint gum.
So she goes to Japan to find her sister.
To fuck off.
Wasn't the brunette one Jess?
Yeah, Jess was
Yeah.
the brunette, and
And
then
then
Sarah was Sarah. Sarah Connor. Sarah. Sarah.
Mr. Jess is amazing. A spooky fun time.
This is the perfect episode to introduce that we're going to be doing that. Let me tell you.
So many schoolgirls in this movie.
Oh man. Well, yeah,
they're
they're
all like short round, basically.
from Indiana Jones.
Yeah. I thought the one came off, and she was just like, Miss Jess is missing. I was like, Dr. Jones, no time for love. If she had been like, Sarah, no time for love with Australian man, you got to find Miss Jess.
Holy shit. Jesse, you need to watch Indiana Jones now.
Why?
Because you need to know what he's talking about. That is fucking hilarious. I just imagine that part where she's in the woods and she like runs out and she runs away. Hey, come back, goes up, and it's like, hello, Mr. Jones. Good job, Mr. Jones.
I thought of all the Japanese, Asian people. Every time somebody showed up on screen, I was just...
Yeah.
It was great.
There was a part with the schoolgirl where like she freaks out because when Sarah goes to Japan, because Jess was a school teacher, she taught English to Japanese students.
Yes.
So when she walked in her classroom, people thought that Sarah was like the ghost of Jess.
Yeah, some chick like freaked out and had a meltdown.
But
Especially with the blonde hair. I mean,
Yeah.
how horrifying.
Ooh, scared the skull right out of you. But the way that schoolgirl like talked, she just went full on anime for this. Like fucking no restraint, man. Like, you know, that's just I hate that. And that is literally how like
Wait, what?
that is the Japanese like style of acting. If for like
In English
for-
movies.
yeah, for like most female characters. Like there is no okay, Japan is a very like socially awkward country as it is. But like the fact that she was like, yeah, and then she just sat back down. She's like,
But I actually know some from Japan that do that. Like, that's normal.
I know, but it's really weird.
Well, you can't just say she goes full on anime when they actually act like that.
but she
Because
was
we had a Japanese intern student when I was in my freshman year at Renaissance, and they acted exactly like that.
yeah, but it was kind of like a little too dramatic for like what the situation was, because they calmed her down and they explained to her what was going on. She's sitting there proper, but like as soon as she opens her mouth, she just goes into full on like this like
Very gaspy, like
do you know what I mean?
things.
Like, it just didn't seem... It seemed like she just needed to calm down a little. Like, if they were in the
Think about it.
classroom...
If you
Take
actually
advantage.
thought you saw someone's ghost, like, you'd be freaking out.
Yeah, in the
You'd
classroom,
be
not 10 minutes
freaked
later when
out.
they
Yeah,
go,
you
calm
would
the fuck down.
You'd still be, like, freaked out. You're like, Jesus, she just went to the suicide forest. Here's her twin sister. Like, oh my God, that was my teacher.
Well, okay, but then again, I'm not a Japanese girl, so...
It's still gonna freak you out.
Not for that long.
Speaking of the Japanese,
That's the difference.
I think my favorite actor in this movie is the Japanese guy, Mr. Let's just
Oh,
call him,
You did a good job.
no.
let's just call him Mr. Tokyo.
Miko? No, Nico. That's a girl's name.
Mikamori.
That's a girl's name. Nicorette?
Nicorette.
Oh,
Jack
dude.
Mantor, let's
What's
call
his
him.
name? Oh my
I don't
god.
know.
It starts with an M, dude.
Watanabe.
Oh my god,
Ken
Derek.
Watanabe.
I'm gonna
So,
Google it.
it's not really him, but
Yeah,
anyway, he's my favorite person in this movie. 'Cause
He was
He has the
sensible.
most sense of anybody.
But he's the guide. He does that for a living, you know.
Yeah. He leads Sarah into
Sarah?
the forest to go find her sister because she's convinced by twin tuition that her sister's still alive. And she also runs into an Australian man.
Well, he writes for an Australian travel magazine. I don't know if he is.
He looks kind of like half Asian, just in his eyes.
Yeah, that might actually be why he knows Japanese as well.
But either way,
Well, it said he grew up in Japan, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, did it?
She asked why he was fluent, and it's because I think he lived
Oh,
in Japan.
no, he says he lives in Tokyo.
Yeah, he
didn't
lives in
grow up
Tokyo,
there.
but he writes for Australia.
Yeah, I don't think he grew up in Japan.
It was something like that.
He didn't have like an accent or anything.
they only run into each other because he tries picking her up at the bar,
Yeah.
which was really funny. It was like, "Have I seen you around?" And she, of course, uses the twin and goes, "Yeah, like 4 days ago." But to everybody else, when she's asking, "Have you seen this person?" like she pulls out a phone when she could have easily just like it would have been
Yeah, it
much
looks
more-
like me with black hair.
Yeah, have you seen me?
Yeah.
So I wish he would have done that more because, of course, Asian people already are like white people all look alike.
Well, we kind of do.
So,
I'm just saying.
Well, they all look alike.
exactly.
They look exactly alike.
And all black people look alike.
Oh my god,
Jeez.
Derek.
We can all say that.
Oh, Michi was the guy's name, by the way.
Mr. Nietzsche.
Yeah, and he's not even top billed. He's like the fucking fourth character, and he's like all the way down there. But
Because Natalie Dormer's counted twice.
there have been studies where they have like done like like just a group like face analyst kind of study, and like Asian people like were the most common. They had the most common traits within each other. The most drastic was I think like
But God forbid if you call one of them the wrong nationality. Like, I almost got my ass kicked by this Japanese boy back in 8th grade because I thought he was Korean.
you can. Oh, that's weird. I can actually tell what country they're from if they're Asian. I don't know
I
why.
can if they talk to me.
I don't know if they. Yeah, I can't really detect the language.
I think Chinese have like a rounded face.
No, you wouldn't be wrong on that. Just don't say it out loud.
It's true, they do. They kind of have like
You have a round
just a
face.
ball. It's like they just have like a ball stuck on
Well, this is the most racist episode.
their head.
You ever notice how Asian people have that fucking ugly face?
Oh, you said it. You said it.
You said it, not me.
I'm just joking, Aru.
He has a short round face.
Man, we're gonna get murdered.
Um,
The Chinese invade, man. They're coming for us first. Get your gun, Scooter. Okay. Anyway,
there's a bit about the key incident in Natalie Dormer Squared as life when she recounts to the Australian man about how her parents died in a car wreck.
yeah.
Quote unquote.
That was, let me tell you, I was not convinced at all for a second that that's what really happened.
Well, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to go. That doesn't sound like a car crash. And then like,
nor does it look like it. So that it was
I
just
was so confused.
that's you're supposed to see that. You're
It
supposed to
was-
go. What the fuck? Her brain is. She's convincing herself other things.
it was the funniest. Well, one of the funniest bits to me was just like they died in a car wreck and like my grandma was watching us and all of a sudden you hear like a
Yeah.
like a gun blast and then it's like
And then you hear another one.
and then another one
Like
and
the
it's just
cocking
like
too of a gun. It's like a
Yeah.
shotgun. It's quite obvious.
yeah they died in a car wreck and I was just like are you fucking kidding?
And they're in the basement too. But
I know, I was like, why did I connect the basement to go see a car crash?
Here's
Unless a car came in, hit the basement area of the house and then hit something else backing out. There's no way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say right now, this lady was going to go crazy no matter what if that's the case, because there's no way her sister didn't say, "Hey, Sarah, it wasn't a car crash" at any point in her life. And also, at the age of 28, in a forest is where she realizes that's what happened. That's where she has a realization. She goes, "Daddy, why?" And it's like, bitch, you had the memory since you were like 6.
Yeah, but remember, she never looked.
But she could
Or she
recall,
could have.
and like,
Because she lied about the car.
I mean, she realized on her own. It's not like those like demons just like showed her her past. They just made her remember. You know, I mean, they were manipulating her own thoughts.
It was fun.
I mean, that's what I thought about it. It was fun. It was fun.
That was fun to me.
Yeah.
Almost as fun as Dipshit, who threw his popcorn up in the air at like the worst jump scare.
And I told her.
Which one was it? What was the jump scare?
It was the
the
one
first
where
one.
she goes into her basement and there's the tent sitting
She
there,
opens it.
and she opens
Oh,
the
and
flap.
then like,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she sits there for a second. Her twin sister sits for a second, and then she's like, "Jess," and it just goes. And Dipshit all of a sudden just.
So did that on
Popcorn
purpose.
everywhere.
He was waiting for it.
that's
But
hilarious.
he scared everyone else though because he threw that shit.
And there was more laughter at
That was funny though, man. You can't write that shit. But and if you do, it's in a shitty sitcom. But that was really fucking disappointing. It's a good example of the disappointingness in this movie because that was one of the best jump scares. If you want to say like the phrase "best
well,
jump
I
scare,"
jumped.
yeah, but jump scares are kind of cheap. But it was all a dream too.
Every
wasn't
time
even
I
real.
jump scare, it was a dream.
It's so I know.
Except for that one time when she had the photo thing and the thing popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
That's
You
the
could argue-
only thing that wasn't a dream.
you could argue that's a dream too.
Well, I guess. I mean, it's a figment of her imagination.
Yeah.
But
I love fig news. It's a figment of my imagination. I know
It's
that.
a figment.
I know, but I just thought of that, and I'm gonna start saying it.
It was all
Right,
a dream. She used to
figures.
read Twin Peaks magazine.
It was all a dream. This is a movie about Biggie.
If you really like stretch your metaphorical viewings of movies.
Yeah.
The
shiznit.
So there's a point where they find Jess's tent,
Yeah,
and
they actually.
they're like, "Oh my God, she's nearby. There's clothes folded up on wire." You know, you said, Mr. Michi,
Michi.
yeah, Mr. Michi, that when they bring a tent, they're not sure if they really want to kill themselves.
Yeah.
She's got to come back, and he's just like, "Well, it's getting dark. We need to fucking bounce."
And at first you think, oh, Jess went to the forest because she thought it would be romantic because she's a kind of a dark, brooding kind of person. But then you find out later that
She
she
reads
has
poetry, listens to The Cure.
so she has attempted suicide before because of that. And twice, actually. So this
Was it
is like,
twice?
yeah, so this is totally like, oh. Because what I thought was they went on the tour and then she got lost and then she's been lost since then. But she went after she took the kids. Like they just,
Everybody's lying.
because I don't know what really exactly got her. The point is she was there and they found what they think they found her.
And the part where I kind of lost it a bit was when Sarah was like, "I'm not leaving until she comes back," and it's like she didn't listen to anybody throughout the movie because you don't stay there after dark, you don't go off the path, and then you also don't go in there for probably some other third reason that I didn't hear, like
With sadness.
maybe it's
with
just
sadness in your heart,
Yes.
that was what or whatever his bucket, Michi.
Yeah, Michi
Yeah,
Bucket.
he was like, I don't think you should go in there. She's like, why? And he's like, you have sadness in your heart.
so
She's like, nuh-uh.
listen to the
I have
core.
anger at your Asian.
Search your feelings, you know it to be true. And so, with 3 strikes against her, she's going to sit there and squat in the forest anyway. And maybe it's just me. But if one of my siblings was out there, I'd still go with the guy back and
No,
come
you-
back
And
in the
go back
morning.
in the morning.
Your
I
logic
would,
is
I would totally go with him just going like, I'll leave a note. It'll give her hope that I'm coming back. She'll stay here.
Yeah.
No big deal. If she's not here in the morning, we know what happened.
Well, the logic is flawless because either you stay there and tell yourself, I'm here, or you write a note and say, I'm coming back at noon, you stay here.
Yeah.
And if she stays overnight, she can't even search for her. So all she's doing is literally just spending the night there for no reason. Because they didn't
It's
go
to
out,
torture herself.
they didn't go out and search during the night.
Yeah.
What was the point of waiting
you
for
do this to yourself,
They could have left a badad out.
and that's what really hurts.
They could have left a note. There's flawless logic. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, what if she doesn't read the note? No, fuck that. She would
The only way she wouldn't have read that note is if you wrote it in Swedish.
Yeah, it's like a box of Swedish fish. What the fuck?
What does this mean? I don't even like this. You're the worst sister ever.
Sad.
Why are these demons torturing me with sweetest fish?
Sad.
I don't even like them.
I am going crazy. Fuck this. Sad. But, what the cock was I going to say?
Dumb blondes.
Oh, yes. Flawless logic.
Oh, and then of course the Australian guy's like, well, I'm gonna stay too.
Oh, yeah.
And Mr. Miyagami is just like,
You got me.
no, it's like,
Got him.
it's like fucking white people and leaves.
Seriously. He's like, I give up on my life. No, he's not like fucking that age. Jesus. He can speak English perfectly. But I want to do a PSA right now. That's right. A podcast service announcement.
Oh my god.
The Australian man's name in this movie is Aiden. And my announcement to everyone is, can you stop fucking naming your kid Aiden? Seriously. Every fucking kid is named Aiden. Every kid. I used to work at a daycare. There were 4 kids named Aiden. Okay? And when I go to work and see kids running around, their fucking name is Aiden.
This guy
I'm
came
not
first.
kidding.
He's the OG Aiden.
Maybe like in 1980, everyone's like, no one's name is Cody, and then all of a sudden in the 90s, everyone's, oh dude, my name is fucking Cody, dude, bro, and Brody
But his
Cody.
name is Ethan too.
Yeah, seriously, you know what I mean? It's this like huge surge, and Aiden is the fucking worst, man. That's a shitty name.
One of these days we're gonna start seeing kids named Ash and Misty and Cloud and
Lightning.
Dude, I've seen so many posts of like people my age like, I'm gonna name my kid after the Pokemon. I was like, oh my god.
I'm gonna name my
please
kid
no.
Rainbow.
there's only one sensible name to name your son of anything from Pokemon. It's Brock.
Yep.
Like a real patriot.
Brock is a cool name. And you can name it, make his middle name Lee. Broccoli. It's a last one.
Broccoli?
Where did he go with his alias, Caesar Salad?
Holy shit.
Do you remember that?
Ash Ketchup.
Yeah, no, he was like, Ash is like, my name is Tom Ado.
Oh yeah, that's
And
right.
at first I was like, okay, you could lengthen that to be Thomas Ado and nobody would think anything. And then it's like, Missy's like, well, I'm Ann Chovy. And you're like, okay. And then Brock, of course, and I'm Caesar Salad.
That's amazing.
I remember that episode.
That's the one they find the electro
It was
Asian town.
Scyther and Electabuzz.
Yeah, that's what it was.
The Yaz and Kaz gyms. And then, of course, the woman doesn't even flinch. She's like, oh, Tom and Caesar. Thank God you showed up.
It's fucked, man. It's fucked. Let me tell you what else is fucked. The fucking mind games in this movie.
Yeah.
That's true. They did a really good job on that. I liked it.
That's like the only reason I like this movie.
This is the psychological warfare.
I thought it was really cool.
Like, there's a point where
The river.
Aiden's phone,
Oh, that was weird.
That was.
I still can't figure that part out.
I could.
it was just mine.
Well, I mean, like, I get
Yeah.
that it was like mind memes, but like at the same time, I'm just like, is he actually like the bad person in this, or is it the forest, or
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
That's
I
That's
thought
the only
that
part of the
was-
movie that I can't figure out.
But the phone movie.
When Sarah takes away his phone
Sarah.
because she finds this Asian woman and she's just like, I don't trust him.
Yeah.
Don't trust
Not trust him.
and all
That's
that
why I put the fucking roll like she's Spanish. Not trust him. Not trust him.
Yeah, and it was just like, what are you saying? And then she says, chin, 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 chin.
Hey, balls! Hey,
And
fuck
then
you,
she-
man!
And then she fucked off. So then Sarah's like,
Shit, I can't trust him.
Yeah, wait,
Yeah.
what if the fucking Asian girl runs off like, and then she's like, hey, balls, fuck you, man!
in just heavy Mandarin.
Yeah.
So when she's like, let me see your phone. And he's like, why?
Why you lying?
And all this stuff. And then she sees, or thinks she sees, a picture of her sister on his phone. And she's like, I fucking knew it. I'm deleting all your interviews because he wants to make a story of this. And
Well, she's trying to delete the photo, the audio first, and then she just stumbles upon this photo because she doesn't know how to work the phone. It's also obviously the ghost just trying to fuck with her.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure she was looking through the photos, and then when she found the photos, she was like, "Oh hell no!" So that's why she started deleting the audio.
They totally put that there.
That's when you think something's up, because no white girl doesn't know how to work a cell phone.
Wait, what do you mean by she didn't know how to work the cell phone?
Because for a moment she's like, "How do you do this?" You remember that? She's trying to delete the audio. She's like, "How do you do this? How do you get to it?" Trust me, I've seen it twice.
That is right.
And then she's
But
looking
you guys
for
went at a different screening, and then you went with me later.
and she's looking for audio, and then it just pops up. She goes, "Wait a minute, what's this?"
No, she wasn't looking over the audio. She was looking through pictures.
That's actually quite possible, because then she could have said she's deleting audio as an excuse to look through the photos.
Well, I'm pretty sure she went to delete the audio after she saw the pictures. She was like, "Oh, I see how it is," and then went to the audio, and then was like, "Fuck, I don't know."
Just do a factory reset on his phone. That will teach his ass.
Yeah, but either way, at that point you realize, oh shit, like, is he actually that guy?
The movie turns quite psychological, and it's fun.
Yeah. And then we're going to talk about the river scene really quick, though. There's a part where she's walking away from the campsite because Jess didn't come back, so Wilbur's going to spend the night. But in the night, also, they had a jump scare, so whatever. But
Well, also in the night, she like cut her hand.
yeah,
And that's why they
Because
left
she
the
falls
campsite.
and hits a
Yeah.
tree.
which is why they left.
And that's
instead
why
of
they
waiting
left
for Michi.
early before Michi got back.
So just all kinds of terrible mistakes, just wrong.
That gash in her hand wasn't even that bad.
No, she was fine.
Yeah, they would have been fine this day. That's
You
why I
need
think the guy
stitches.
actually was bad.
No.
Yeah, and then also, like the cell phone thing, you don't know if that was actually real or not. Like, you can't really know.
And then there was a dead person floating in the water.
Oh, yeah. And so, like,
That was great.
she looks over this cliff and there's a dead guy, and she's like, "Oh, get away from there!" And then he starts walking the other direction. She goes, "What are you doing? I thought we were walking downstream." And he's like, "Yeah, dummy, downstream." And then, like, you go back to the river,
and
and
it's going the other way.
yeah, it's going the opposite direction. And you're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, the shit river flows through it, man. Both ways.
It's a shit river, Randy, and the shit dam is about to shit break. We're about to experience a shit flood right now.
Oh, God.
Jesus, Mr. Leahy.
Shit.
So, yeah,
They find this house also out here in the middle of nowhere.
but that's after but we gotta talk about it when she runs away.
Oh, okay.
Because she runs away after seeing the cell phone photo. And
With that twine? Isn't that?
that, yeah,
Oh
that-
yeah, and she
that's part
falls
of it.
down the hole,
Yeah.
hurts her ankle.
Creepy ghost scene there, like following her there. And then she falls down a hole, and then runs into the Asian woman again. And she's like, "Jess, here, follow me."
Just want to see you.
That's
And-
also another point where you should have been like,
Yeah.
something's wrong in the
And you're
elbow.
like, fuck this, right?
Where the fuck did you come from? Why are you always here?
Why are you wearing that schoolgirl outfit? And then you hear that noise in the background that's like been playing for the whole movie, which I thought was a cool touch. Where it's like, sounds like crows, but it's not.
Okay.
You know?
Oh yeah.
And then she's like, and the first time she ever addresses it, she's like, "What is that?" And then the little girl turns around, she's like, "Animal."
Yeah. She's like, that is no animal.
It's so fun.
And she turns around, she's like, animal.
But then she gets to the end of the cave with her, and she's waiting there, and she turns into like a demon monster thing, and that was really
Which
stupid.
looks a lot like this Asian woman in this movie I saw in one of those packs. The Manster. It just looked...
It was really, that was a terrible special effects. I was not scared at all in the forest. What I was scared, though, was when she was turning around out of the cave. Like, I was like, oh, is she right behind her? That was kind of freaky. Because she knew it's a dead end at the end, but that was the idea that was scary. That was terrible special effects. Just terrible. But yeah, then Aiden comes around and gives her, this is the funniest part.
I know, I laughed.
Sorry. So he's like, I'm going to get something to help you out with. And then there's the scene where she sees her dead parents or whatever. She has a weird flashback.
Oh yeah, before he reaches the hole, like that fly is like, bzzz, and she's like, "Meh." And it's bzzz, and then lands on the thing, and she's like, oh, click, click, monster, and she's like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck.
And for I mean, like, okay, let's say you found like one of those like viewfinder toys down there. Why the fuck would you look in it? You
Yeah,
know
who
that
knows what you're finding on there?
shit. You know that's not supposed to be there.
Click, click, oh!
So she plays with the devil's dick, basically. And then Aiden
She's
throws...
playing the devil's game.
Yeah. And Aiden throws down a rope that
It's
is
tied like a noose.
conveniently
Of
shaped
course.
like a
Because what
noose.
kind of rope are you going to find in a suicide forest?
Well, I mean, like, and I thought about it for a little bit. I was like, oh, yeah, he found a rope in the middle of the forest. And then I thought about it. I was like, well, there are ropes everywhere. So he probably just, like, turned around and was like, should I grab that one? Or maybe this
Do you think
one?
he got
Or
off
the
of it?
yellow one?
Think you got off a dead guy, though?
Probably.
Or maybe it's... Well, no, it's probably not, but At first, I thought maybe it was the noose that he cut off of the one dead guy that he and Mr. Miyagami.
No, because they cut it off like right here. So all he would have had if he had done that was like the loop
Oh,
part.
okay.
Because the
was a
rest of it
brown
was
one,
tied
too.
up to the tree.
Myth busted. So
Sorry.
we found a different noose.
Yeah, but
I mean, come on. In that forest, they were probably like lying all over the
Yeah, she
ground.
could throw a rock and hit a corpse. Not the wrong thing to do.
but we all laughed because instead of because she puts her foot in it and then
I totally thought she'd like fall off and then be like, no, put it around your neck. It'll be easier to pull you up. And she's like, okay.
oh that'd be hilarious.
I totally thought that was gonna happen, and I was like, movie over.
No, what I thought was gonna roll credits. But yeah, we all thought that she was gonna go, oh thank God, and just put her on her neck, and then he like pulls her up, and he's like, what the fuck?
And she's like,
Wow, all
credits,
this dead
over.
weight.
Yeah, but how? Put it back there. But how stupid was that? But now it gets her out, and then he's like, "There's a ranger station. Let's see if the radio works." And she's like, "You just found one?" He's like, "Bitch."
has
Listen,
a whole story for it.
Yeah,
And she's like, okay, fine, whatever.
she just needed to trust the guy.
yeah, she flip flops a lot on whether or not to trust him.
And you know
And then she
what? I
fucking
did
stabs
too.
him.
It's like I don't trust you. Falls in a hole. Hey, I'm here to help. Oh, thank God.
Thank God.
But here's where like I got freaked out because when they walk on the ranger station, the power bars that Aiden was eating the whole time, there are wrappers of the exact same
Everywhere.
all over, and it's like,
And
Oh,
it looked
shit.
like someone had been living there. Like there was the sleeping bag on the floor with a pillow,
yeah,
and there wasn't dust on it. Like it looked fresh.
that's yeah. So then you're like, oh shit, and then she's like, she finds a door that's locked. Well, she thinks it's locked, and then she says, what's back there? Why can't I go in the basement? And then he's like, what makes you think it's a basement? It's probably a closet. And she's like, And then all of a sudden she hears her sister on the inside.
Yeah. And gets a note with a pencil.
Yeah, which that ticked me off that this isn't real. Because it's like, what the fuck? A perfect pencil and a piece of paper that she just
The
stabbed
the whitest thing in this movie is a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's no kidding. But then it flipped back on me because when she walks away from the door, you can hear Jess go, "Please be real," and it's
Yeah.
like, oh.
And then you want it so bad to be just on the other side, and you're just like, ah!
Yeah.
Mamma mia.
And then she stabs him.
Yeah,
And then he's like, I don't even have the key.
but
It wasn't even locked. The power was inside you the whole.
yeah, the last thing he says before he dies is, "Jess isn't here,"
Yeah.
and then
Why would a dying man lie?
that's what we need to do.
So I can die over and over on a film.
Oh yes, we'll just kill you at the end of every episode. That'll be our thing. Just like not everybody.
This is the part in the forest, Hiroshima, starts giving you revelations.
No,
Where it's like, oh, it wasn't a car wreck. They shot themselves. Or, I mean,
I'm
the
pretty sure
dad,
the dad shot
shot
her.
the mom and then shot himself. Cobained himself.
yeah, and
Oh,
then
the blame.
and then her dead father's apparition tries to grab on her hand, and she tries to pry off his fingers with a
Like,
knife.
stabbing him and shit.
And
Just
this
like,
isn't the-
get off me, Dad.
And this isn't the first time that like something she's seen or she thought was real has tried to make it.
cut herself.
Yeah, and it's like, oh come on,
Yeah.
She should have learned the first
time.
got him.
Got him.
This is also the point where Mr. Origami
Yeah,
shows up with a search party.
And
Like,
her
it's really
husband.
Yeah, and finds Jess
Yep.
at the same time. And is like, oh my god, it's Sarah. Oh wait.
Well, like, there was that weird chase scene where, like, you're watching Sarah chase Jess, and Jess is, like, hearing Sarah, but she doesn't want to believe it's her, so she just keeps running. And so you think Sarah's there, and you're just like, yes, yes, and then it goes back to Sarah just dying on the stairs, and you're like, wait, what?
but then that's why Jess was running because it was a fucking
Because she was
It was
right,
all
it actually
dream.
was just a ghost.
yeah. Even though it was her.
Yeah.
And then you get the point where she gets dragged into the ground.
Oh,
Which
yeah,
is
that
so
was weird.
stereotypical. Man. Fucking-
That's where he whispered over to me while we were watching it, and it's like Dexter's Lab with his dad. It's just like, feed me.
Just going on the ground. So dumb.
It was great.
And then, yeah, and this is the crazy part. This is the kind of cool part in the whole theme of the movie that they can tell each other are like there. Jess is like getting put into like the police cruiser to fucking fix her up.
Yeah, and they were like, we'll look for her in the morning, and she goes, no. Silent.
She's like, do you hear that? Nothing. And everyone else is like, crazy bitch.
That twin tuition, man.
At the same time, like, it goes back to what Sarah was explaining to Aiden when they were sitting around the campfire. He's like, how can you tell? She goes, you just know? Like,
it's like
it's
a
kind
mother
of like that
with a child.
Yeah, it's like it's just that sound that you can't hear, but you know it's there.
I know, but like, the thing is, the whole time they had rescued her, she had been stopping and looking around, and they were just like, no, scramble, come on, get her.
Yeah, and then she finally goes, it's silent.
But I realized that the second time watching this, she's like just getting in the car, like, and everyone's talking, like, doing other things, and all of a sudden she just stands there. She doesn't even say anything, and then all of a sudden everyone stops and goes, what? And it's like, they would not all stop and go, what is it, lady?
I'll allow it.
Because it's a movie.
From that.
Well, I mean, but it was after they had asked, we'll look for her in the morning.
No, it was...
And that's when she answered.
But watch it again, though, because, like, she gets halfway in the car, then she gets out and just stands there. And, like, there is no excuse for anyone but the two people next to her to stop and, like, look over. But everyone does. And there's, like, 50 people there. It's really weird. That's just something that is nitpicky for me. But
well, maybe they did that on purpose so that you can kind of like understand, like, to her,
because
it's silent.
Because when she does that, the whole movie
it just goes
is silent
yeah.
too. But like I said,
and like if you think about it, the whole movie has constant noise. There's always something in the background, like so that's the only part in the movie where it's silent.
Not true. The first dream that Sarah has, where she goes in the basement, completely silent before she opens the door.
Yeah, but you still hear her steps and stuff.
No, there's a part where
still noise.
But there were a lot of parts where she would just stand there before walking in. Like, I'd say at least 5 seconds of silence. It's very quiet.
This is the point. They're trying to make a point, though.
I know. They made it quieter in that part because of that. And I get it. It's a movie. But if you look at it, it's a little funny. Because there's like 20 people that are just like, The girl stops. The girl's standing there for just a second.
Them Asians just know this stuff. The disturbance in the force.
Yeah, that's probably true.
You can tell that, like, the vibe is off.
Like, oh, shit, she saw something bad.
Our freaking feng shui is all fucked.
But let's not forget how the movie really ends, Derek.
Do I forget? I never forget.
Never forget.
I forget, though, which character looks off into the woods.
It's Mishi.
Oh, it's Mishi. Mr. Shiitake. He looks off into the woods. No. Just to look at the forest one last time. He's like, oh, what's that up there?
And he thinks he sees Sarah.
And then it turns out to be a demon. Or a Uni?
A demon. Yuri.
Oh, okay.
Yu Hakusho.
I love that show.
She finds a Baka Gaijin.
And then it ends with the demon lunging at her screen going, ah! And I was just like, fuck me.
Yeah, that fucking sucks. Jess likes that idea of a
I
jump
think
scare.
it's iconic for horror movies to have jump scares.
No, it should not be iconic. It fucking ruins
But that's
them.
the thing, though. It is.
That's what people remember from movies like this. Is the jump scare.
Like, that's what makes a horror movie is the very end. It has that last jump scare that's supposed to scare you.
I guarantee you, we have probably only watched like 4 or 5 movies last year that ended like that.
Well, all the ones we watched that I watch, the only one I haven't seen that doesn't have a jump scare, that is It Follows.
It Follows.
It Follows.
Right.
Did that?
It did not have a jump scare.
It didn't. That's what I'm saying. Is that's the
Krampus
only
has
one
it?
that I've never seen,
Oh.
or that's the only one that I've seen that didn't have the
Well,
jump
when
scare.
I think of a jump scare at the end, I think of like the gallows. And that's not good.
Yeah, the Gallows did it.
That's fucking
Krampus
terrible.
did it. Sinister 2 did it.
Yeah, no kidding. And that was totally
do it?
Totally, yes, it did.
Sinister did it twice. Sinister 1 and Sinister 2.
Dude, that ruins it
That
so
upset
hard.
me.
That it does, especially when everything is nice and cool and all fucking put together. Then all of a sudden, and you're like, why? Dude, I get so mad, dude.
Let it slide in this one because it like set it up like, oh,
Yeah.
there's a thing there.
At least it
Is
didn't
that
jump
Sarah?
out. It
Nope.
slid out.
Yeah, it comes out.
And it wasn't like a very loud noise.
But when
just
it's
a
like
noise.
something like Krampus where it's all, hey, everything's
But,
all
but Jesse's
Yeah.
excuse for that is actually pretty good too, because for Krampus it was more funny than
Yeah, and like that movie, half of it was pretty funny.
and it was all about the character. So
Like when I saw that, I like laughed. I giggled to myself. I was like, "Hee, the gingerbread man."
Yeah.
There he is. Get him. Pew pew pew.
But
All of Gingerbread, 100%
I don't know. I'm just saying,
sassafras.
like horror music, like
if I don't like it,
I know you don't like
All
it,
of
but
them
like
should
that's
have.
just a thing.
All of them should have a gotcha at the end.
but
Not all of them have to be a jump scare gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in Krampus, it was just kind of like a giggle.
Okay, but the thing is, I don't think all of them should have that. I think it's really bad,
Like,
and I shouldn't just accept that that's how they are now.
The Shining.
I can still shit on it.
The Shining has a gotcha scene. It doesn't have like a jump scare in, but it has like one
Yeah,
of
the
those last,
realization things where it's like, oh
It
fuck,
has one of those things where you just kind of widen back and you're
and you go ooh, and then the movie ends. But
Um,
I don't know. It's no reason to deal with it. But I digest. Let's talk about
like, you do?
Yes.
What do you digest? Reader's Digest?
Readers. I digest readers. So let's talk about our least favorite scene and our most favorite scene. Why don't we start with you, Jesse?
No, I have to think about it. So
Okay.
I just have one.
Well, what about you, Derek?
I got my best scene.
Okay, go for it.
Best scene.
We'll talk about best scenes first.
Best scene is Sarah walking around with the twine, like leading herself around, and the ghost from the trailers is standing like off in different distances away from her, and you hear her sister like, "Turn around, Sarah,"
Yeah.
and she's just like, "Mm-mm."
She's like, hell
Nope.
no.
Not today.
Yeah, today.
That was the smartest part of the whole movie to me, outside of the psychological bullshit, was that in that one point she's actually acknowledging that what she's hearing and seeing isn't there.
Well, she does it twice.
Yeah.
Because there's a second time she does it, and that's when she's in the hole. She goes, "It's all in my head.
Yeah,
It's all just in my head."
But she's
It's
so
all
bad
in
at
my
keeping
head.
that.
that was the best part to me. Is just the ghost, which I thought was going to be like the main menace in the whole movie.
Which would have been cool.
Is just like there in the back, like, "Oh hey, just in case you forgot about me, hey, I'm the guy from the trailer. Turn around, Sarah. Acknowledge me, please. Notice me, senpai." And it's
Yeah.
and she's just like, "Mm-mm,
Fuck that.
mm-mm. I ain't turning around. I know this shit."
And then she stops, and then the footsteps are right behind her, and then you hear really close turn around sound, and then she's like, "Ah, hell no!" And she books it.
Yeah.
Fucking Benny Hill music plays, and
My,
yakety sax.
like a real patriot. I'll say my least favorite one right now.
Yeah.
It's how Sarah
Those
dies.
Asians, those.
It's how Sarah dies at the end with her wrist cut.
Yeah.
That
She would not have blood that bad. with it
Exactly.
That way. If you want to die, you cut downwards, not across.
yeah.
But she cut the fuck out of herself, I'm assuming.
Not even that bad.
This cut on my finger was cut worse than that.
How do you know how
Talking
bad?
from experience,
How do you know how bad
she
her
did
cut was?
not cut
I
herself.
saw
Because if she had cut
saw
herself
that
that bad
cut.
on the wrist, it would have been squirting out of her.
Yeah. Her
If she was like
her
dribbling
hand would have
out,
been soaked, but she only
yeah,
had
there would
like
have been blood
it's right
everywhere.
around. It barely even touches her hand.
But she had like 5 fucking huge cuts.
She had like 2.
She had 3, I counted.
Yeah.
So
she
then
had
don't
three.
say 5.
Well, I just think 5 gets exaggerated because there were huge ass gashes.
I don't think they.
She was sawing into her wrist. She wasn't
did
just like
not
making
think
little
they were that
slits.
bad.
She was probably fucking digging into it, man.
That's
But even
what it looked
then-
like.
And you don't see the scene where she's like bleeding out. You see the scene where she's like done hallucinating and then finally dies.
It just didn't look like it to me.
Yeah,
Like,
it did not
they
look
looked
like
like
she had died.
flesh wounds, not mortal wounds.
When did it look like flesh wounds? When she looked at him as a ghost?
Mm-mm. When just anytime I saw her wrist at any point, dream or reality, they did not look.
It didn't look that
They
bad.
didn't look bad enough.
They never show like the actual wrist after she like wakes up from being like a fucking, thing in the forest. Like when it cuts back to the basement when she's sitting on the stairs, it never cuts to her wrist.
I saw the wrist. I saw the blood. I'm deducing myself that was not enough.
I don't think it
I've
was.
cut myself near my eye and on my finger. I've cut myself in general pretty bad, but I didn't think that was bad enough.
Well, I am gonna stick with what I believe in, that she was just sawing into herself like yesterday's fucking turkey dinner.
Then there should have been more blood. That's
And
the
there
point.
probably was.
Where?
Then where was it on her arm? It was like dribbling down her arm. That was it.
Well, then fine.
It
You
was like a
guys,
slow bleeding
if you want a
wound.
fucking visceral spray, go watch Green Inferno. I'm here for the story. I don't give a shit about this. I stopped caring about the special effects in this movie after that girl with the stupid face.
I figured
Come
the
on.
special effects weren't going to be here because it's a PG-13 movie.
That's why, I mean, I don't know.
But anyway, what's your best of?
My best of is when Aiden throws the rope down and I had a hilarious fit of laughter because I thought she was going to finally fucking hang herself. Fucking loser.
I'm here to help. Oh,
I
thank
thought it
God.
was gonna be weird. Like she was just like she was gonna fall out. Like after she put it on her foot, and he was go, "No, put it around your neck. It'll be easier to pull you up." And she'd be like, "Okay."
Yeah.
That's what I thought was gonna happen.
But for sure, like just the comedy value of that. I really don't have like an actual favorite scene from the movie. Everything was just kind of meh.
Well, just like when we saw Hayride 2, the best part of it wasn't even the movie, it was
The
our
end.
jokes at it. You know, cry hard.
Yeah.
Dude looks like a sad Bruce Willis.
Do you have one now though, Jess? Do you know if you
Well,
have a
my
favorite scene?
worst,
Favorite
my
scene.
least favorite
No,
scene.
your favorite.
I don't have a favorite. Hang on, you gotta let me think. I only have one right now.
Okay.
Jesus.
The least of.
Sorry, we were talking about best. That's
He gave his worst and his best.
you gave your worst.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right, what's your worst? That's your worst.
I think the scene with the grandma jumping at her wasn't necessary.
The grandma?
Yeah,
Yeah, in
the
the
blind
hallway.
grandma like running
At
into
the hotel
door.
near the forest.
It was so stupid.
I forgot.
Yeah, you want to
like,
know
it was
why?
Dumb.
Because if you think about it, every single scary part in this movie is unnecessary. That's why this movie sucks. Well, it's not like it doesn't suck, but it's not that great. It could have been so much more.
It was
January
dumb.
is just known as a dead horror zone.
Yeah, and that's actually my least favorite scene is the dream, because it was really cool and I thought it was going somewhere, but then it was all a dream for no reason. There's no reason that there should be a little girl with a weird face in the tent in her basement. What the fuck is the basement all about? I guess like when her parents shot themselves or whatever, but the murder-suicide thing, I just didn't really put that together. It's just like a fucking fever dream. It's so unnecessary, too. If they talked about it, maybe that would have been fine.
Yeah.
I think she had it because she had anxiety and like was panicking.
It's just so dumb. And then someone could go up and say, like, well, she's clearly, like, fucking having a vision that her sister's in a yellow tent. And also
Well, it was the yellow
basement.
tent from the picture she had.
Yeah, but like I
Yeah.
said, the dream itself was just like to the
I'll say
story.
that dream can exist just so we had that shithead throw us popcorn. Because
Yeah.
that was also one of the best parts of watching this movie.
I guarantee he would have done that at the scene with the grandma though.
Oh, if only.
And
Like the second time.
I bet when the grandma happened, he was like, "Shit, I threw my popcorn for nothing."
Yeah, like he hadn't gotten his popcorn. He just gets back in, sees it, and he's just like,
yeah,
third time's a charm. Get my popcorn and enjoy the movie, guys.
I don't know. But do you guys want to put a fucking hard number on this bitch?
I just really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good storyline, and overall, I just really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, it's a good story. It's a really good story. I
That's
just
really
didn't,
all I have to say.
I didn't like how it was executed as a horror movie. Awful decisions were made. They could have had some genuine scares from the psychological bits, from the story. Instead, they had two dreams, a fucking unnecessary hallway scene in a hotel. You're in a fucking haunted forest, and you have a spooky scene in a hotel that everyone forgets about? Seriously, that's what I'm talking about. But, Jesse, out of 10 spooks, what do you give this movie? 7 out of 10?
I
That's
thought
that.
it was better than it was worse.
Yeah.
Absolutely solid.
Yeah. Derek, what do you give this movie out of 10 spooks?
Actually, a 4.5.
Yeah. The half is for the jump scare.
It was.
Yeah. 5 because
I did that to Krampus. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. And if 5 would have been like, if 5 is an average movie, guys, that's not bad. We keep saying that, but you know,
Yeah.
a bad movie is like below 5.
I was gonna give it a 5, but the jump scare made me upset.
Yeah.
As it does with any movie. I love the shit out of Sinister, but when it did that, I was like, nope, 9.5.
No, I can't.
Um,
I fucking hate that too, man. I honestly, I always just dealt with it until you brought it up when we started doing this podcast.
And now you bitch about it every single time.
Yeah, because I realized how dumb it is. And I always, in the back of my head, I was like, why the fuck did they do that? But I never talked to
You
them
don't
about
notice until you think about it. Then you're like,
Well,
wait a second.
I would have never talked about it if we didn't start a podcast, Derek. And I would have been living my entire life just going like, that's weird, but whatever, they do that now.
Just like once somebody points out to you.
You're right, they do it all the time.
Have you noticed that all movies have like a tan and blue kind of color scheme? Now that I point that out, the next time you see a movie that does that, you're not gonna
The
be able to
Forest was
focus
blue
on
as fuck.
shit. So anyway, yeah, 4.5. I think it's perfectly decent for a movie to go see right now if you want to see some scary movies. so far this year. It's better than most of the other scary movies I've seen in the last few years come out this month. Like, I've seen 2 that are better than this, in my opinion. Like, The Woman in Black 2 last year.
It was really good.
And then Mama from 3 years ago.
That was really good.
I hated Mama.
You need to watch it.
I liked this more than Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, which came out in 2014, also in January. Texas Chainsaw 3D, which came out the same year Mama did. I like it way more than, what was it called? The Devil Inside, released in 2012.
Devil Inside. That's the one with the hospital mom, right?
Yeah, the found footage
That
one.
was retarded.
That didn't have a proper ending.
Wasn't that the one where like the mom like gave birth to a devil basically? Like
Yeah,
while she was
kinda.
like falling. out her
Well,
stomach and stuff.
well, she's
That was Devil's Due.
yeah, that was dude. Those movies came out like the same year, didn't they?
That one came out in 2014.
They confused the shit out of me because they looked exactly the same.
And
I
it
was
came
like, didn't this come
in
out already?
February.
I know what you're talking about.
So
That's crazy.
So yeah,
Yeah, you could like see it chlorine from inside of her.
But I didn't even give my rating, Derek. You asshat.
Sorry, I was just explaining why I gave it a 4.5. Half off for my personal vendetta, and then I think it's better than the other January horror movies, but not as good as some of the other ones. So perfectly average to me, and I'm glad you would enjoy it.
Aren't you gonna ask me what I give the movie?
Yeah, what
No.
do you...
Jesus, guys, you're just sitting there like.
Anyway, we'll see you next week. No, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
fuck you.
What's your rating?
6 out of 10 spooks.
Ooh.
I'm like right in the middle between you two.
Yeah, you are.
I was gonna give it a 7, but then I saw it again and I was like, man.
You're like, wait a second.
But half the time, to be fair, I was,
I would happily watch it again though.
yeah, I did watch it again, and I wasn't gonna go, damn it, Derek, you're gonna have to see it by yourself. Fuck it.
Note to self. Yep. Just
You know what this is?
This probably is one of my favorite ones.
You know what this is? The scary parts have nothing to do with the psychological storyline. That's a bad thing for scary movies. But if you think about it, this is a great date movie because you can miss all those parts, still follow the story completely,
Yeah.
and it's quiet enough for you to actually,
Enjoy the movie.
and your date. So this is a great date movie, which is
As
why I
long
took
as she
Derek.
doesn't like scary movies.
No,
Pretty tame.
this is a really tame scary movie. Honestly,
2 years ago, I would have never watched this movie.
really?
Yeah.
You've seen Boris. You've seen so much.
Yeah, we
You
made
keep
her
dragging
see
me into the theater for them.
Yeah, I know. But
I literally have never watched this many horror movies in my life until the last 5 months.
Not The Force. The Visit just came out on DVD a few days ago.
I'm not going to buy it. I might rent it. We might rent it.
The one with the
Oh, the
Crazy
grandparents and the kids.
Yeah, where it's like, Yahtzee!
I would rather watch The Force than that.
Oh, damn, Shyamalan.
that's a tagline for the movie when it comes out on DVD. Better than The Visit.
That's
The
all.
good, the bad, and the
Oh, man. That's terrible.
I agree with you guys. I'd say it's a solid rental.
Well, any final thoughts besides that? You know what? Take your boyfriend and your girlfriend out to this. I did.
Or both.
I did that. So, yeah, I guess that's all we have to say about The Forest, guys. I mean, really, you just watch the movie. I mean, look, there's enough to talk about. You're gonna watch it. Let's face it. I've seen it twice for like no reason. This is just probably because it's the first movie of the year, really.
Oh.
That might be
I
one.
still think it was good.
On the 22nd, we're gonna have another scary movie this month.
Which one's that?
The Boy,
The Boy.
with a haunted doll,
Oh, that's
starring Maggie from The Walking Dead.
Oh, really?
I've never seen The Walking Dead.
She's in
I've
some
seen it.
other unforgettable things.
Yeah, like
But,
for real.
But the trailer looks okay.
Is that going to be next week?
No,
No, that's the week after.
that's
Oh,
2
okay.
Fridays from now.
Okay, what are we going to do next week?
We're gonna upload this on the 15th, if not sooner, after I edit it and sitch.
So it will be next week, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which the episode probably won't come out until days after that.
That's true.
So
But that's okay.
we can do something in between in the meantime.
Well,
if we really want
we'll
to.
be working on getting the Spooky Fun Time Hour, getting ready to go. But anyway, guys, thanks for a fucking amazing year of you listening to one podcast and then never listening to again. But you like our Facebook page, so that's all we can ask for.
You liked it in blood.
That's all we can really ask for. Come on, Jess. We're like 70 likes.
I don't even think I liked it. Wait. Yes, I have.
You
better
did.
You don't like your boyfriend's podcast?
Traitor.
Traitor. Son of a bitch stick. Join us next week, everybody.
Whether you like it or
Or
not.
not.
What
I'm just kidding.
the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?